I'm sorry, Henry. Are you home yet? I have work left to do, so I have to go overtime today. My boss asked me to finish doing the calculations. I won't get home until past 10. I've already made some food and it's in the fridge. You can go ahead and eat first.
Same here. I'm also going to be home late today. You'll probably get home before I do.
You have to work overtime too? For goodness sake. You've been doing that a lot recently.
Yeah, that's right. I've been busy lately. What do you want me to do?
Just do what you have to do. Nothing I say can change that. But really, you have been coming home late and I'm worried. You have to go drink with the business partners again?
What do you mean, again?
You didn't notice? Lately, you've been coming home smelling like alcohol.
I was just caught up with something at the end of work. You do the same. It's not a big deal, right?
Remember the health screening you did last month? The doctor warned you against drinking too much. I just thought you should be a bit more careful. I don't want you to end up with an alcohol problem like my father has.
The doctor is over-exaggerating. It's fine. And I wasn't drinking too much. I have to entertain the guests at the party, so they will be more willing to sign the contract. Anyway, speaking of drinking and eating, don't you think you have been making the same meals over and over again lately? It's the reason that I've been eating out so much lately. I'm so sick of eating the same things over and over again.
That's what you're thinking? I was just thinking about your health when making them. I wish you were more appreciative of what I do for you.
You were thinking about my health? Really? Did you look at them all? Almost everything was brown. Brown meat, brown vegetables, brown soup. You are just thinking of turning everything into a stew and it will be good and healthy. Why can't you be a little bit more creative? All of your food tastes like they were made by an old grandma. I think you should do a little more research on cooking. Maybe take some cooking lessons.
If you have a problem with my cooking, then you should learn how to cook and make your own food.
That's your job, isn't it? That's the reason why I have been eating out. At least the food outside is more colorful. Oh yeah, by the way, not only did your food taste like it was made by an old grandma, they also look like they were made by an old grandma.
Hey, stop with the old grandma this and old grandma that. You do know that you are the same age as me, right? Doesn't that make you an old grandpa? We're the same here. Don't just talk about me.
Well, actually, unlike you, I've been taking care of my appearance. I even put on this new cologne I've bought. And my hair is always in good shape. I scream stunning from head to toe. On the other hand, you always just tie your hair up and wear the same suit every day. You don't think there is any problem with it? Aren't the younger ones in the company making fun of you?
Well, I've been keeping myself clean and tidy.
You don't understand, do you? Being out of fashion is the problem here. And you're middle-aged already, so there is a distinctive odor that comes with age. You don't smell it. Why don't you take care of that and get yourself some beauty treatments along with it? Maybe you can learn from the young girls at your work.
It's funny that you're saying this. Do you remember what you said the last time when I bought cosmetics? You said that there is nothing an ugly person can do to make herself look good. Now you're telling me to clean myself up?
Oh, right. I said that. Well, what I said is true, though. I'll be honest with you. Now is a good time for you to start looking into things like these. Put on a new dress, wear some perfume, get a new hairstyle. You're an old grandma, not in your 20s anymore. You need to take more care of yourself.
Oh yeah? Is that right?
Well, at least you still have a job. That's like the only merit you have. But thinking about the future, you should really study up on beauty and fashion. Especially now that you are done with raising our kid. You got more time to enjoy yourself. Use that time effectively is what I'm saying.
I'm done with child raising, but we still have the home loan to pay off.
Why are you worrying about it so much? There's only a little left to pay off, right?
I'll start thinking about myself and how to use my own time effectively when we have completely finished paying it off.
I think by then it will be too late.
Why do you think so?
Well, I just thought it will turn out that way. You know, with you being you. Anyway, that's all the advice from me. Take it or leave it. I'm probably going to catch the last bus home. No need to wait for me.
You bet I won't.
What? Are you upset that I called you old?
That's enough. Stop calling me that.
You see what I mean? Saying something like that is not cute at all. You're old, but at least have charm like an actual woman. That's why I don't want to go home.
Hey, Henry. Where did you go? Can you come home? Like, right now?
No.
You're off work today. You're just out playing around, right? Get back home now.
It's my day off. What's wrong with going out? I can't just go home now.
Fine. Then I'll ask you here and now. You took out our savings, didn't you?
Oops, you found out.
Are you joking with me? You took out almost $15,000 in the past few months. What exactly are you thinking? Are you out of your mind? Where did the money go?
Big deal. I just have things I need to pay for. You know, now that I'm at my age, there are things I must do. There are things I need to get to make myself look good. Cologne, new shoes, new ties, and this watch that's on my wrist right now.
So you're saying you've been wasting the money on shopping for clothes and watches?
Don't call it a waste. They are a necessity.
A necessity? Are you hearing yourself? That money is for both of us after retirement. If you keep doing things like this, we will not end up saving any money. What are we going to do?
There is still money left in the account, so it's okay, isn't it?
I'm saying it's not okay. You need to think more about the future. I've been holding off on buying the things I want. I was saving up little by little. And in the end, I was the one who paid off most of the loan. I did a billion calculations on how we can save up more, while you, on the other hand, just spent the money however you like. You think that's fair?
Hey, I've been helping out too. Some of my paycheck went to the loan.
Not enough. You've been changing your jobs ever since we got married. You never really got a rise in your paychecks. Who is the person you think that has been supporting you this whole time? Me!
Well, I supported you when you were pregnant. You don't remember that?
Of course you have to. I'm pregnant with your kid. It's your responsibility too. And I went back to work immediately after I gave birth to Chris. You didn't really help me during child raising. And I paid for all of his school fees. I bought all of his clothes, his school supplies, and that summer camp he went to in high school.
It's not a big deal, right? Chris turned out fine and healthy. Don't complain about what happened in the past. What's done is done.
Who do you think is making me say all this? I'm saying that you need to stop thinking only about yourself and more about our family.
Then how about you use the same amount of money that I've used from the savings? I wouldn't mind you doing that. Then it will be fair and you will have no complaints, right?
That's not the problem here. I'm saying that you can't just spend money like it's nothing.
Can we argue about this another time? I'm busy doing things right now. I don't have time to listen to an old grandma yapping at me.
Okay. Then we'll talk it out when you come back.
Wow. And you think saying that makes me want to go back? If anything, we'll finish paying off the loan next month. I just have to make the same amount that I've spent. Then you don't have a problem anymore, right?
Don't make it sound so easy. You're not getting a raise soon, and the amount you took out is a lot.
You know what? Let's do this. I'll make time to talk things through next month.
Why next month? Let's do it today.
Because I got things to do this month. So we'll do next month. I promise to make time for you. You can yell at me then.
I'm not really understanding this. Why can't we do it today?
There are only a couple of weeks until next month. You can wait, right? And I don't feel like talking to you right now when you are not calm. I want to give you time to think things over before we talk.
I won't forgive you even if you give me time to think. What you did is unforgivable.
Like I said, let's not talk about this until next month. Or else I won't talk about it at all. Your choice.
Fine. We'll definitely have to talk about it next month, all right? Don't you avoid it again. I'm holding this against you.
Hey, Samantha. Did you get home already?
I just got back. Why do you ask?
I have a surprise for you. Take a look on the table.
What are these? I'm looking at divorce papers.
Oh, good. You found them. Thank you for everything until now. I have no use of you anymore. Now that we're done with raising Chris and paying back the loan, you can go now.
That's why you said you wanted to wait a month before we talk things over, huh?
Yep, you got it. I have no need to spend time with an old grandma like you anymore. From now on, I'm free to do whatever and live however I like. It's time to get a divorce and start my next stage in life. And do me a favor, turn in the divorce papers after you've signed them, okay?
Oh, really? Thank you. I'll turn them in immediately. And I'll be throwing out all the stuff, too.
Huh? Throw out what stuff?
Yeah, I'm throwing out your stuff. Your cologne, your shoes, your clothes, and your guitar. It's been gathering dust for years anyway. I don't think you'll need it anymore. Since the house is under my name, your things are no longer wanted here.
Excuse me. You're the one leaving, right? It's my house.
You don't remember? When we were going to buy the house, you quit your job. We almost couldn't get a loan. It was because I was working at that time that we were able to get one. What makes you think you deserve the house?
But I'm the homeowner.
Are you talking about being the man of the house? Not like you've done anything to act like one. And that's different from who actually owns the house. You don't even understand the difference? You're really stupid.
Wait, then whose house is it?
Like I said, it's my house. It's under my name.
How could you say that? I paid back the loan too.
But I paid for pretty much all of it.
Well, if the house is not going to be mine, then we'll sell it and split the money.
Oh, so you actually know that you can do that, huh? Not too stupid after all. It's fine with me. Let's sell the house.
Now that I think about it, you were not even a bit surprised when I told you I want a divorce.
What? You want me to make a fuss or something?
No, this is better for me anyway. I won't be able to stand it if you cry or make a scene.
Perfect! I was thinking of getting a divorce too, so what good timing. I know you are having an affair with this girl from your company.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't have to pretend anymore. I found out everything. You were looking suspicious, so I did some research. I brought the matter to a detective agency, and boy, they were good at their jobs. You spent our savings on that girl, didn't you? I have evidence. Lots and lots of pictures and videos of you guys at the hotel and at her house. There are enough for me to sue you and your cheating partner. It will get me a pretty good compensation. I'll have to thank you for that.
Hold on a sec. You're suing her too?
Why wouldn't I do it? She has an affair with a married man. I'll sue her for the source of emotional damage.
Don't do that. I don't want her to be bothered by this. This is just between us. No need to drag her into this.
You are serious about her, aren't you?
Of course I am. I love her with my whole heart. You're nothing compared to her.
Oh yeah? I'm also thinking of telling your company about this affair of yours.
This is just about us. It has nothing to do with the company. There's no need for you to tell them.
Of course it has something to do with them. You went to the hotel during working hours, right? And also that so-called business trip last month. There is a possibility that we might get sued by your company if I tell them only about your affair. But this is during work. I'm sure your boss would love to hear about this. I have exciting stories to tell.
Hang on. Don't make any impulsive decisions. Think it over again. Please. She is still young and has a life in front of her, and it would cause trouble for me if you tell my boss. I was finally able to get a long-term job there. This will hurt my image. What would my coworkers think of me?
As if I care. But if you don't want me to tell on you, then you have to show me how serious you are about it.
I see what this is about. What do you want?
I want money, of course. And the house goes to me.
I never knew you were such a greedy person.
I don't care what you call me. I paid back most of the loan anyway, so I deserve the house.
Fine. Whatever. It's yours. Take it. But I need you to write up a contract about this. I have to make sure you're not going back on your words.
I was thinking of writing one up too. It would be troublesome for me if you say you want the house back afterwards. Saves me the trouble. Okay, I'll hand in the divorce papers soon. You'll be hearing from my lawyer. From now on, let's live as if we don't know each other. Starting today, we're strangers.
You see, you are not lovable even in the end. That's why you're getting dumped at this old age. You are not worth anything. You should realize it by now. Goodbye. Hey, Samantha, dear. Can we meet? I want to talk.
Why? And don't call me dear. We're done with all the paperwork, and all the money matter is taken care of. There's no need to see each other anymore.
Please, I really need to talk to you.
Did you forget already? We're divorced. We're strangers. And most importantly, I don't want to talk to you. Goodbye.
Please, it's important. I'll make it quick.
I don't have time to meet with you. If you want to talk, do it now. I don't want to see you.
Well, I'm thinking that we should make up. Like, be a family again.
Huh? What are you talking about? Are you insane? No way we are getting back together.
Just hear me out. I finally understand. You're very important to me. I can't live without you.
Oh, I see. I know what's going on. You were dumped by that girl.
No, I dumped her. I just can't keep up with those young girls. They're naive and weak. I need a mature and sophisticated partner. Like you.
So what I'm hearing is she dumped you. I was right. I thought eventually it would happen. She would run away as soon as you get a divorce. Do you know that girl has an actual boyfriend?
What?
He's in the sales department in your company. He's young and handsome. A perfect gentleman. When I asked the detective agency to investigate you, they had them investigate the girl and her surroundings too. And I found out that she went out with you because you've been spending money on her. But I found it incredible that she's willing to sleep with you just for purses and necklaces. She's pretty, but definitely not thinking straight.
What are you talking about?
I'm being kind and telling you the reason that you're dumped. That girl was never serious about you in the first place. She only wanted your money. Although you left me for her, it doesn't seem like she likes you that much. How does it feel, not having your feelings returned? And if you really think about it, why would a girl in her 20s want to go out with an old guy like you with no money? You have never for once doubted her?
But I take care of my appearance. I'm as good as those other younger men. I'm more mature.
I suggest you take a good look into the mirror. Or go to an eye doctor to get a checkup. You're just a regular old man in your 40s. Nothing more, nothing less. You keep telling me about your cologne and your hair and your shoes. But let me tell you something. That cologne doesn't cover that odor that's emitting from your body. I'm sure that your coworkers were complaining about this in your company as well.
You were lying. That's not true. Someone recommended me that cologne. And my coworkers complimented me on it.
Are you sure they're not just being nice? The main problem is the amount you put on. It's better if you don't wear that cologne anymore in the company. It's just an advice from someone who had to live with it for the past few years. I believe people called this fragrance pollution.
That's enough. I don't want to hear it anymore. Well, I guess I'm not putting on that anymore.
Thank goodness.
But back to what I was saying. It would be great if we can get back together again.
And I'm saying in your dreams. Why would I do that?
Look, I admit that I was stupid. I was deceived by a young, attractive girl. And left you, who was always there supporting me. I really did a terrible thing. I want to apologize. Please forgive me.
So you finally understood what a dirtbag you are? But let's get one thing straight. You weren't deceived. You had an affair because you had a weak mind and gave in to your own desires. You got hyped up because you were able to go out with a beautiful young girl. Don't pretend to be the victim here.
I'm sorry, but I beg you, give me one more chance. I won't do it again. Remember how we've supported each other for over 20 years? You stayed by my side even though you knew that I'm good for nothing, right? You loved me for real, right?
Don't say stupid things. I didn't leave you because I had a child to raise. I was already thinking of getting a divorce once everything is settled down. Now that Chris is all grown up and in college, it's time.
You're saying you didn't love me? You stayed with me just for Chris?
I have to admit, I liked you when we first met. That's why I married you in the first place, despite my parents' opposition. I should have listened to them. I thought you can change for the better, but I was wrong. You got worse as time went by. So my love for you decreased over time too. And now there's nothing left. You're the one at fault.
Samantha, I'm really sorry. Please, I beg for your forgiveness. I won't hurt you again. I promise.
How can you still say that after all you've done? I will never forgive you. In any case, I'm very happy with my life right now. Because after the divorce, I don't have to spend my time with a stinky old man anymore. You're not worth anything. You are the one who should be realizing it. Does this sound familiar? My husband called and texted a couple more times after that. Eventually, he realized that nothing will change my mind, so he stopped. One day at work, he suddenly started yelling at the girl he cheated with and her boyfriend. The company found out about the affair, and the girl's boyfriend was infuriated. It seems like he was deceived by the girl too. I heard from my friend in my husband's company that the girl was dumped by her boyfriend. She cried and cried, but he didn't change his mind. And then the girl quit her job because of her relationship with my husband was found out by everyone else. She couldn't stand the pointing fingers anymore. My husband still works in the same company, but it looks like everyone around is giving him cold shoulders. Nobody wants anything to do with him. Understandable. I didn't ask the girl for compensation, but she lost her social stance and her lover because of my husband. I guess she got what she deserved. I got a large sum of money and a house, so I was very satisfied with the divorce. I have no regrets. And it took time, but my son accepted our divorce. He was quite shocked about his father's affair. Poor boy. It might take him some time to recover. He often comes home to see me and check if I'm grieving over the divorce. Of course I wasn't. It's sad when the love between a husband and wife turns into hatred. But I was blessed with a kind and gentle son. I love him dearly. It's the one thing I still thank my ex-husband for. Of course, there are so many things I want to complain about, like child raising and him using up our savings. But if I had never met my ex-husband, then my son would have never been born. And all those happy memories will be gone. So I don't regret getting married. I am able to think positively like this because I'm finally free and my ex-husband can never hurt me again. A divorce might look bad in other people's eyes, but I think I can turn it into a good thing. I'm happy now, more than ever. I don't have much time left in my life, but I want to enjoy the rest of my new life to the fullest. Thank you for watching our video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more content.
Hey, Jessica. It's been a while since we last spoke. What has it been, like a year and a half?
What do you want, Dylan? Is this about child support? Are you trying to pay less or something? I won't let you get away with even a cent less than the amount you agreed to.
No, it's not about that. I reached out about something else, not child support.
Well then, what do you want? Why would you need to talk to your ex-wife?
There's something I wanted to ask you. It's about our daughter, Allison.
What about her?
I actually happened to run into her today.
What? Where did you run into her?
Allison's field trip was today. The one where they get to visit a workplace of choice. Don't you remember?
Huh. I see.
What do you mean, I see? Did you not know? Anyways, it was just by chance that I needed to stop by the same company she was visiting for work. So we just ran into each other at that company.
Wow. What a coincidence.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised. I wasn't expecting to see her there. But since she was visiting for school, I was planning on only saying hi and leaving her to enjoy the field trip.
Of course. You shouldn't be doing anything else anyways, since I never gave you permission to spend time with her. Anything more would be completely inappropriate and violate your visitation rights.
The thing is, Allison was acting kind of strange. That's why I reached out. I'm a little concerned about her. She latched onto me and in between sobs was saying how she wanted to come live with me. Did something happen between you two? Did you fight or something?
Nothing that I can think of. She was probably just being dramatic after not seeing her dad for a while.
But she was saying that she didn't want to live with you anymore.
She's just at a rebellious age. You know how kids are. Recently, Allison has been talking back at me every chance she gets. She can't even handle simple chores. She's just a useless freeloader.
What do you expect? She's only a child. Of course she can't do chores that well. It's already impressive of her to help out. You should be more thankful that she's trying.
I'm a single mother. Do you know how difficult it is to be a single mother? It's impossible to get everything taken care of without help from the child.
Well, when I saw her, she didn't seem like she was angry and rebellious or anything. She seemed more like she was struggling. Is she being treated well? I can't help but think there's something else going on.
What? How dare you? Are you accusing me of abusing her? Is that what you think of me?
I mean, it just doesn't make sense for a 5th grader to suddenly break down like that. Right as she saw me, she burst into tears.
I'm actually fulfilling my duty of being a mother to her. I don't think you have a say in this when you aren't even helping raise her. You're not the one spending every day caring for her.
I would love to help out with raising her and be there for her more. But I can't. I can't since over a year ago you suddenly left and took her with you.
You deserved it. A guy like you is bound to be left by his wife.
I mean, I'm paying child support every month. I've never missed a month, and it's always the full amount. Just to check. You are using it for Allison, right? The way you're acting has me a bit worried.
So, first you accused me of being an abusive mother, and now you're saying that I just wanted to get a divorce to get money through child support?
No, I'm not accusing you of anything. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that, when I met her, Allison didn't seem very happy. As her father, I can't help but be worried about her. All I want is for her to be happy and healthy. Is there any way I could see her more often? I really want to spend more time with her.
Why do you want to see her more often? Are you going to try and brainwash her against me?
What in the world are you talking about? I'm not trying to brainwash her.
You're probably going to make her think that you're the better one, that Dad is the best and Mom is the worst. You're going to turn her against me.
I wouldn't try to do anything like that. I just want to see her.
Do you know how hard I work to raise her? On top of being a single parent, I'm a single parent to a quite difficult child. Sometimes I have to scold her too. You can't imagine what that's like and how draining it is. But you don't deal with any of that, since you don't see her every day. You just get to see her now and then, and be the good guy. You only see her good side and get to be the kind parent. And that's why she likes you, and wants to live with you. You're not better. She just thinks you're nicer because you haven't had to put your foot down with her. It must be nice to have it so easy.
Look, I get that kids can get upset with their parents for scolding them. I understand that they sometimes don't get why we need to give them rules and have them listen. But when I met Allison today, it wasn't like that. She didn't seem like she was just annoyed about being lectured or just wanted you to leave her alone. She looked as if she wanted me to save her, as if she was suffering and needed to be rescued. Her eyes were filled with pain.
What are you even talking about? Don't act like you know everything about her and her life after just seeing her once. As a parent, I'm suffering just as much. Maybe even more. This is none of your business. You need to leave us alone. Hey, Dylan. Do you remember how you said you wanted to parent more?
Yes, I do. What's this about?
You still feel the same way, right?
Of course. Why wouldn't I want to help raise my own daughter?
Perfect! That's great. Looks like things will work out for both of us then. I'm getting remarried so you can have your daughter back. Good luck.
Excuse me? What are you talking about?
I'm giving you what you always wanted. I've granted your wish. You should really be more grateful. After all, I have the power to decide if she lives with you. I'm pretty much done with her. I don't need her anymore, so you can have her, since you seem to want her so badly.
I see. She's no longer useful to you. I guess that makes sense, since you only took Allison to get child support. You've really hit rock bottom.
Rock bottom? That couldn't be farther from the truth. If anything, I'm thriving right now. This is just the beginning for me. And the beginning of my lovely life with my new husband as newlyweds.
If I was you, I wouldn't be so sure about that last one. Your new husband just brought our daughter here.
What? What are you talking about?
He's here, and he brought Allison with him. Though you were right about one thing. Allison is going to be living with me from now on.
What do you mean he's there? What is going on? That's impossible. There's no way he would be there.
It's true. He's right here with me.
That's just not possible. You're lying.
Why do you keep saying that? Why would I lie about something like this?
There's just no way that he would be with Allison.
Oh, I get it now. It's because of that thing, right? You think it's impossible because you haven't told him that you have a daughter. That's why you're confused. I understand.
How do you know about that? Is he really there?
That's what I've been saying this entire time. Do you believe me now?
Why? Why is he there? There's no reason for him to be there. He doesn't know anything. He shouldn't know anything. What is happening right now?
Well, according to him, he needed to stop by your place for something and went by earlier today.
He did? He didn't tell me he was coming over.
He didn't say anything, since he was just bringing by something you forgot. Sounds reasonable to me. I would assume it was okay to drop by my fiancé's place unannounced. He was just going to leave your stuff hanging on the doorknob, but when he was about to leave, Allison opened the door. He said he was caught off guard since he didn't expect a child to be at your apartment.
She really couldn't have picked a worse moment to come out. How dare she? He should have also said something if he was stopping by. Who just shows up like that?
He was obviously surprised that his fiancée had a child he knew nothing about. But that wasn't even what surprised him the most. You know what really shocked him? The state that Allison was in. Apparently, she was a complete mess.
A mess? What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. You know what you did. You barely fed her for 5 whole days. For the past few days, she's been surviving on just her school lunches. That wasn't the only thing, though. Her clothes were completely worn out and filthy. Not only have you been starving her, but you obviously haven't bathed her in days either.
You've always liked to make baseless accusations against me. She's a kid. She probably just got her clothes dirty while out playing somewhere. I don't know anything about the state she was in. Stop making things my fault.
You can't make excuses to get out of this. You were treating her like garbage. Allison has already told me everything that's been going on. Luckily, your fiancé is a kind person. He was distraught seeing Allison in that state and went out of his way to bring her here.
He just took her without saying anything to me? How could he do something like that?
How could he? What else was he supposed to do? She kept crying about how she wanted to go home to Dad. How could he not? He really is a good person. He deserves much better than someone like you. But that's okay, because he has the chance to do better than you, now that you've shown your true colors. It's really good for him that this happened before you got married.
Where is he right now?
I don't know. He's already left. Though I will say, he seemed pretty disappointed in you when he was leaving. Judging from that, I'm not sure if he'll still want to marry you.
Everything is ruined now.
Well, that was out of nowhere.
This is all Allison's fault. How are you going to make it up to me?
First of all, what are you even talking about? You can't just demand things. You have to explain the situation first.
My fiancé! He just broke off the engagement.
Of course he did. There was no way he was going through with the engagement after what he saw. How did you not see that coming?
Shut up, idiot! You're just as much to blame.
Who would marry someone who doesn't treasure their own child? I think anyone would pass on being with someone as twisted as you.
There's nothing wrong with me. How could you say that? Don't treat me like some kind of psychopath.
At the very least, your ex-fiancé is in his right mind. He made the right choice ending things with you. If he married you, I'm sure he would end up in some messy situations. I really hope he can marry a woman who treats others with care and kindness, like most normal people.
There you go again, acting like you know everything about my life and our relationship. When we first met, he was completely head over heels for me. And now he's breaking the engagement off right before the wedding. It's just cruel to treat someone you love like that.
It seems like you're the only one here who doesn't understand why he left you. There's no way someone would marry a woman who is completely unaffected by harming her own child. There's something definitely wrong with you. It's either that, or you just have no sense of humanity.
The only reason I hid the fact that I had a child was because I thought I couldn't find a partner otherwise. I've told you how hard it has been being a single parent. And the only reason I didn't feed her was because she didn't deserve to eat. I was disciplining her. For a rebellious child like her, I had to try harder to get her to listen. You wouldn't understand since you didn't have to deal with her bad behavior.
Rebelling? Bad behavior? You have got to be kidding me. Allison is completely terrified by you. She's obviously traumatized. There's no way she could have rebelled against you, talked back to you, or go against you in any way.
That's because you haven't seen what she's usually like. Like I said, you haven't really been helping raise her. She never listens to anything I say, and she's constantly destroying things at home. Allison is a total troublemaker. She's a handful to raise.
Okay, fine. Let's say that she was actually rebellious and as much of a problem as you make her out to be. Even then, making her go nearly 5 days without a proper meal is going too far. It's insane. No one would discipline their child like that, no matter how bad they were.
Don't act like she was starving to death. She gets lunch at school. She's fine. What's more important is proper discipline. You have no idea how hard it is to raise a child. You couldn't even imagine the daily struggles of trying to care for another person that I have to deal with. That's why you're seeing everything through rose-colored glasses. You haven't lived the back-breaking reality of being a parent.
I'm pretty sure no one, even experienced parents, would agree with you and how you've been treating our daughter. But you can keep arguing that you were in the right, regardless of how ridiculous that is. Either way, you're not getting married anytime soon.
Do you even know how hard I worked to get him? Calling off the wedding? Breaking off the engagement! As if I'd let that happen.
I'm not sure why you're complaining about it to me. It's not like I can do anything about it. I did hear that you met him at a party, though. Did you act like a different person to charm him? Is that how you got him to fall for you?
I didn't act like a different person. I worked hard to make him fall for me. I researched everything I could about his type. I even changed my hair and how I did my makeup to be closer to what he likes. I even learned how to cook. If that's not hard work, I don't know what is.
I guess you really did put in an effort. What made you want him that badly?
Money. What else could it be? He's very accomplished in his career, and his parents are filthy rich. Sure, I'm out of his league, but I couldn't care less about that.
It's actually kind of refreshing to see you be so greedy.
This wasn't supposed to happen. I should have just pawned Alice off to you months ago.
I guess you were blinded by your greed again, and you didn't want to give up the money you were getting from my child support payments. It's a fitting end for you.
Shut up! I'm going to do whatever I have to convince him to marry me. I have no other choice. No matter what happens, I have to marry that man.
Why does it have to be him? I'm starting to feel bad for him, having to deal with someone like you.
How my life is going to turn out completely depends on whether we get married or not. I need to marry him. He blocked me. I can't contact him at all.
I'm not surprised at all. It looks like he succeeded in getting away from you.
Why would he do this? You must have said something to him. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense. Why would he just cut me off like that?
I think it makes complete sense. Even an epic love of 100 years couldn't withstand the horror of finding out what you're really like. By the way, I heard from Allison that you're in debt.
That brat. Can't even keep her mouth shut.
She said she even found a strange letter. From how she described it, I'm pretty sure it was a debt collection reminder. She said there were a lot of zeros on the paper. Sounds like you're in pretty deep. That must be rough. Now I get why you were so desperate to marry that guy.
So what if that was the reason?
I'm assuming you hid the fact that you were neck deep in debt from him too.
What I tell my own fiancé is none of your business.
Not only did you hide the fact that you had a child, but you also kept your massive debt a secret. Isn't that a lot of secrets to keep from a partner, let alone a fiancé?
It's a sensitive topic. I couldn't find the right moment to bring it up. I was planning on eventually telling him. I just never got the chance to.
Eventually? When is that?
Eventually is eventually. Leave me alone.
I see. Sounds like you weren't ever going to tell him. I felt bad for him knowing all these secrets he didn't, so I went ahead and explained the situation for him.
What?
Yeah, I told him last night.
I knew it! You were the reason he blocked me! It's all your fault!
I mean, maybe. Maybe he's just really done with you.
Why did you do that? You've ruined us!
I was just acting out of the good of my heart.
How is that the good of your heart? You're obviously being vindictive.
Well, I'm definitely not trying to be kind to you. Your fiancé, on the other hand, I'm definitely trying to be nice to him. I just wanted to help him, give him a warning before he makes a life-changing decision. Because he should definitely steer clear of you.
How could you? You're terrible. Our relationship is none of your business. You had no right.
It's not none of my business. He's the man who saved my daughter. I felt obligated to help him. Either way, I'm pretty sure you guys are over. If you really care about him, just leave him alone.
What am I supposed to do about my debt? How am I supposed to make my payments?
It's debt that you created yourself. You'll just have to pay it back yourself too.
I know. Give me Allison back.
What? How is that a solution?
The wedding's off. I'm not getting remarried. So give Allison back to me.
So, you want to get her back, then get money through child support? As if I would let that happen. I've already been preparing to get Allison's custody transferred.
What? You can do that.
I found a great family lawyer. I'm going to get custody of her and make sure that you can never be near her ever again.
How could you be so selfish?
The only one who's been selfish here is you. If you want to fight this, you also have the right to get a good lawyer and try to keep custody.
I don't have the money for a lawyer.
Well, I expected that.
You want to talk? It's not like you're rich or anything. Do you even have the money to get a lawyer?
Oh, I guess you didn't know since it happened after you left. I got promoted, and I'm making pretty good money now.
You're lying. There's no way that happened.
Thanks to the promotion, I've been able to provide Allison with a good life. I can treat her to anything she wants, and even make enough to take her on trips overseas in the future.
You're making that much more than before?
If we were still married when I got the promotion, you might have wasted all the money I was earning. I'm really glad we got divorced when we did. Thanks for leaving me.
Why is it always me? Always having things happen at the wrong time.
Not only did your fiancé and your ex-husband abandon you, but it looks like even God isn't on your side. You're going to be dealing with collections on your debt from now on, right? Good luck with that.
I won't be able to afford to put food on the table.
You'll be fine eating less than usual. It's just like you said before. If you have a little to eat once a day, you'll be fine. Actually, there's another lesson you could learn from your own disciplinary methods. You could just shower once every 3 days. That way, you'll save some money on your water bill.
That's no way to live. I don't want that kind of life.
Then I guess you'll have to work really hard. You'll have to actually break a sweat for once and really grind hard. Maybe then you'll be able to afford all the luxuries you had before.
You're enjoying seeing me suffer like this, aren't you? How dare you? It's sick to enjoy someone else's pain.
Look, I'm never going to forgive you for how you treated my daughter. I think you should be punished. And honestly, I do want you to suffer. I think you should experience the torture that your own daughter had to go through. Serves you right. After everything that happened, Jessica was never able to give up on her fiancé and kept following him around. But he ended up suing her, and even got a restraining order against her. I heard a rumor that Jessica ended up filing for bankruptcy after that. After Allison came to live with me, I made sure to only provide the best for her. Whenever she'd have a break from school, we would go on trips together to visit new places. I wanted to do what I can to overwrite the memories of her suffering with happy, fun ones. I'm not sure if what I'm doing has helped, but Allison smiles a lot more than she used to. I haven't talked to the fiancé since, but I did send him a thank you gift. He actually responded and sent something back. He had sent a gift basket, and judging by the types of snacks and candy in it, it felt like it was for a child to enjoy. Maybe he actually likes kids, and would have been happy to meet Allison when he was with my ex. To think that she would try to use such a good person for her own selfish reasons. It just reaffirmed my feelings that I'll never be able to forgive Jessica. I don't know where she is or what she's doing now, nor do I care to know. Instead of thinking about her, I want to think about what's best for my daughter and what I can do for her. That way, I'll be able to give her a happy life.
Thank you for watching. If you liked the video and want to see more, please leave a like and subscribe.